Coming up, we'll take a look at some students fighting for climate change. Plus, we'll talk about Diabetes Awareness Month. A new video of the sun has been released in Ultra HD. This is Cedar Valley Today. Climate change is on the minds of young Iowa students. Welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Melissa Kozak. With the 2016 presidential race getting closer every day, Iowa students are using their votes to fight climate change. Cedar Valley Today's Christina Alexander found out why students at the University of Northern Iowa see themselves as part of a new next generation.
UNI students are standing up to politicians and demanding adjustments in climate change policy as a part of the Next Gen organization. Jamie Crispin, a member of the UNI branch of the organization, explains further.
Next Gen Climate is a student organization on UNI's campus and across campuses across America that focuses on clean energy, and what the goal that we're going for is 50 by 30, which means we want 50% clean energy in the United States by the year 2030.
Crispin also laid down possible ways to achieve that goal.
Try to use more solar power and definitely more wind power. Those have both been really effective in the past. Try to cut down on fossil fuels, especially ones that we're importing from countries that we may not be on the best of terms with.
To some, the goal seems far-fetched. Matthew Nieberman explains why he thinks it's possible.
Iowa's already at close to 30%. Just with wind energy alone, we might actually be first to 100%, thanks to a statement made by Governor Branstad. But I think it's very possible to even have more than 50%.
And some students have very strong words for climate change deniers.
You're basically telling your children that you don't care about their futures because this is the earth that we're given and we have to be able to take care of it so that future generations can live in it.
Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, this is Christina Alexander.
Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders also had a few words about climate change and energy.
This is a major planetary crisis, and we in the United States have got to lead the world, working with China, working with Russia, working with India, to transform our energy system.
And contrary to popular belief, scientists now say Antarctica is gaining ice mass. According to a recent study, the gain is due to a snowfall from about 10,000 years ago at the end of the Ice Age. However, the rate of gain for the ice is decreasing and will soon become an annual net loss of ice. The increase is mostly in central Antarctica and is offsetting the loss happening on the edges. Coming up, 4 Wartburg students are hoping to make a net impact.
As Wartburg alumni, we're proud to support Knights Athletics. And as First National Bank employees, we're here to serve you first.
Wartburg College's Social Work Club had co-founder of Monarch Therapy Services, Rusty Eddy, speak to the club last night. Eddy spoke with students about the experiences working in the social work field and answered questions from students. This is one of many events Social Work Club has on the calendar for the academic year. Eddy co-founded Monarch Therapy Services, which has many locations throughout the Cedar Valley. Abigail Shopper, the Social Work Club treasurer, was excited to share how important social workers are.
I think one of the main things I've learned is that we don't live in a vacuum. We don't live in a vacuum essentially means that everything affects everybody. My major affects somebody else's.
Students interested in joining the Social Work Club should email Abigail Shopper or visit the Social Work office to be placed on the mailing list. Net Impact is both a student organization at Wartburg College and a minor available to all students. This year, the 4 students will be attending a national conference in Seattle, Washington. Second-year Molly Astere says Net Impact serves both a professional organization and one of the largest student organizations among MBAs in the world.
This year brings together students and professional leaders from around the country and around the world to tackle the world's toughest social and environmental problems.
There will be at least 9 conference tracks, 80 sessions, and 300 speakers in attendance. Flu season is approaching. Doctors are encouraging the public to take extra precautions regarding their health. Symptoms of the flu can be mild to severe and include high fever, runny nose, sore throat, muscle pains, headache, coughing, and feeling tired. The virus is spread through the air from coughs or sneezes. Prevention of the flu includes getting vaccinated, washing your hands, and staying hydrated. Next, we'll take a look at what's on social media.
You live in the fast lane. We get that. Nothing can slow you down, not even managing your finances. Stay on the move with Farmer State Bank's mobile app. Deposit checks and transfer money quickly and securely. Farmer State Bank. Ready for the app? Visit us online today.
And now a look at what's trending on social media. A dog training to be a service dog from the Parkersburg area went missing earlier this week. The dog is an all-black lab and is extremely friendly and approachable. His name is Latham. With any information, please call Jenna at 319-493-2046. This week is the second annual Farmer Wave Week here in Iowa, proclaimed by Governor Terry Branstad. A radio announcer from Marshalltown at Kicks 101.1 came up with this idea from his farm background and telling listeners about strange holidays. So when you're out on the road this week, give the farmer wave. Warburg Athletics Twitter page tweeted that the women's soccer team advances to the IIAC Championship with a 2-0 win over Luther Wednesday night. The championship will be played on Saturday here in Waverly against Loris. Time to be determined. Congratulations, ladies. And last night at the CMA Awards, Luke Bryan was named Entertainer of the Year. Luckily enough, UNI is hosting him on February 20th at the Dome. Tickets are now available for purchase. And now let's take a quick look at today's weather.
When was the last time you got hyped up about your checking account? It's easy at State Bank. With Hype Checking, you can earn up to 2.04% APY on balances up to $25,000. Plus, get a free debit card with unlimited transactions, reimbursement up to $15 in ATM fees per cycle, free online banking, mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Get hyped up at State Bank with checking that earns you more. Open yours today. State Bank. Community-minded, customer-focused. Member FDIC.
National Diabetes Month is observed every November to draw attention to diabetes and its effects on millions of Americans. Studies conducted by the Joslin Diabetes Center show about 1/3 of all people with diabetes do not know they have the disease. Joining me today is Juanita Haywood, who is a registered dietitian at the Waverly Health Center. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
So why is November recognized as Diabetes Awareness Month?
Well, as you said, it really is. It started with the American Diabetes Association, and really a call to call attention to the impact of diabetes and the number of people with diabetes, and hopefully raise an awareness for those folks who are at risk, don't even know they have it, how to be tested, what interventions they can do now to be healthy and hopefully prevent and delay the onset of diabetes.
Now there is 4 types of diabetes, is that correct?
Correct.
We have type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, gestational diabetes, and prediabetes. What's the difference between all of those?
Okay, well, type 1 is the body no longer, the pancreas no longer has any insulin, and the body just doesn't run without it. It's the only way that the cells can get glucose for energy to function. So those folks need to check their blood glucose several times throughout the day, and you absolutely have to inject insulin. It's the only way to get it. But so that's type 1, and it is in both children and adults. We used to think that it was only kids that got diabetes, the type 1, but adults do also. The type 2 is that your body does still have insulin. It just might not have enough, or the pancreas is a little bit slow at kicking it out when it needs to, so there's medications for that. The other thing is the cells may just not be receptive to the insulin when it wants to put the glucose in there. So changing lifestyle, working with eating habits, and medications are the way to go with that. Gestational only impacts pregnant women, and it's the same thing, that the cells are just not quite receptive. They do have insulin, the cells just aren't as receptive, but it's very important that they control their blood glucose because it can really impact the health of the baby. Those with gestational diabetes, oftentimes they actually are at risk for developing diabetes later in life, but upon delivery, kind of goes away and they think everything's okay. And what I want to point out that the type 1 and type 2, the numbers right now are 30 million Americans have either type 1 or type 2. And with the prediabetes, it's that the body, it's a condition where the blood glucose is higher than normal, but not high enough to be diagnosed as diabetes. And there's 86 million people with prediabetes. Some of them know it. They used to think of it. People say, well, I have borderline diabetes. And there really isn't such a thing. You either have it or don't. But there is, if you're diagnosed to have prediabetes, there is so much that can be done to prevent the onset and delay the onset.
Okay, and what happens if you go undiagnosed?
What is the impact if you go undiagnosed? Well, there can be, one of the things that happens is there's actually, because the glucose it gets sticky along and even in the very fine arteries and the nerve things. So people can start to have vision changes, their kidneys can be damaged, and then the nerve damage can even impact the extremities, like the hand and the feet. People will have tingling and burning, and then it's called neuropathy, where they have decreased sensation. So those kind of things can start to be happening before you actually get a diagnosis of diabetes. So that's why need to pay attention and find out early.
Okay, and real quick, you do have an event coming up at the health center, right?
We do. We have a diabetes forum coming up next Tuesday. That'd be the 10th. And it is in Tendrils Rooftop Garden. And it starts at 6 o'clock, but actually there's some displays for the vendors. There's light refreshments for that. And then we have Dr. Kerry Rhodes, who is a cardiologist with our facility now. And he's giving a presentation on the impact of diabetes on heart disease, because the other thing that people with diabetes are at twice the risk of having a heart attack or death from heart disease as a result of the diabetes. So he's going to talk, and he's pretty lively. And then after that, Sheila Rosengarten, who is our massage therapist, is putting calm in your day. She's going to talk about ways to reduce stress, because people are stressed. Diabetes it takes its toll, because you always have to pay attention to that.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me this morning. We'll be right back.
Whether you live in an older home or you're building a new one,
there are always ways to save energy and money.
And Mid-American Energy can help.
I needed better insulation. With Mid-American Energy, I got a $1,000 rebate, and I cut my energy bills by 50%.
With Summer Saver, Mid-American Energy pays us to control our AC.
And with all the programs we've used,
we're able to save money now
and be energy efficient for years to come.
The power's in your hands with Mid-American Energy.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like our Facebook page and download the Night Vision app on your mobile device. Have a great day.